Hi, my name is Kieran Carter. So today I wanted to talk a bit about engineering, what it's like studying engineering, and also a bit of what it's like working within the engineering field. Now, I got into engineering because a creativity passion of mine. So I'm very creative. I love arts and I love building things and I like creating. So I thought to myself, why not? Why not try it out? Because I wanted to be in the futuristic sense. I loved watching machinery and I love watching robotics. And the thought of building something and building something new as well seemed quite impressive to me. So I decided, yeah, I would love to get involved with this. Now, I didn't start off really smart. So before I went into engineering, I was doing carpentry. So I didn't have a big education history, and the business I was with went bankrupt. So that created kind of this horrible situation where I couldn't find employment for a while. So I thought to myself, oh, well, I want something with a lot more of a concrete position in my life. I wanted to give myself the opportunity to get a career which was strong for me and gave myself a strong foundation. See, I was jumping from job to job. I was looking for the right thing that was meant for me. Now, before I went into robotics, I loved it. I love the idea of it. I love the creativity. I know I go over creativity a few times, but that's because it is a creative sense. And it's hard to think of it as a creative sense because a lot of people think it's just mathematics. But have you ever seen a robot which isn't that creative? Like, it isn't different. It isn't awesome. I guess most of the robots you've seen are on movies and whatnot, where a person from an artistic background has created that robot, right? Robots are pretty cool to me. Well, they seem cool to me. Now, I went into engineering. I did school before I went into engineering, so I did a bit of correspondence pre-uni work so I could jump into it because I didn't have a strong educational background. As I said, I left year 12 and I didn't finish it, which was unfortunate, but I think that was my pathway, and I was able to see the other side of life and also be a part of working at different stages and also be a part of those different industries, which was a fantastic opportunity because I got to see the world from a different view. Now, that's not for everyone. That was for me, but that's not for everyone, okay? And I was bad at school. So I was very bad at school, especially maths. I was terrible at maths. And a lot of people tell me that to get into engineering, you got to be good at maths. And that is true. That is very true. But at the same time, I was terrible at it. And I thought to myself, you know what? I think I am able to do it. Like, I'll push myself within maths, even though I am terrible at it. Like, I am terrible, but I think I can really do it. Like, it can't be worse than having no job and fighting to try and meet ends meet. Like, when I was in the carpentry apprenticeship, I was earning nothing, close to nothing. It wasn't easy because you had to pay for your own fuel money, living probably, I would have lived about 30 Ks from the work site, then we'd have to drive to the next site, and that didn't work out too well. So university, all right? So in university, once you actually get in, the first year is kind of easy. Well, it's easy when I look at it now from when I first started, because when I first started, it was very hard, or it seemed hard at the beginning. And I know you think, oh no, don't do it. And that scares you a bit, but really it's not horrible. It is lots of late nights, but you can get through it. You can, and it's plausible and it's possible to get through it. The work life compared to uni life is so much different. Work life is awesome. It's so much easier. Well, that depends on whether you're getting into NASA or I guess just a corporation like BP or Origin Energy or something like that. I've worked for those companies and I've found that it's so much easier than uni because most of the stuff you learnt at uni, you're not going to use it in the work life. What you're going to use is the ability to learn, okay? So the ability to learn becomes greater and greater through the years, and that's something that you obtain from university. So problems I have found. Problems of the faculty, okay? So they put you as regarded as down here, whereas they're up here. It's kind of like popularity kind of thing. Like, you're not that cool to be part of the group, and because if you're a student, you're not that cool. Why should they waste their time with you? So that's the crappy thing about uni. Uni kind of, and I hate to say this, but it destroyed the creativity in me. It always pushed me to be less creative and more like, hate to use this sense, but like a robot. And it's so true. Like, they want you to function like you're a robot. Like, this is what you got to do. This is how you got to do it. There's no other way. It's binary. All right. With passing topics, sometimes you'll get a good lecturer. Not all the time. Pretty much never. With the university I'm at, they never even mark grades until the end of the semester, which is horrible. It's a horrible feeling to be like, am I passing or am I not? Because you don't know. And I found with other degrees, such as law or arts or anything like that, over the time of you studying, you actually get your marks back, which is a lot better. And you also, if you're sick, when doing an engineering degree or when doing my engineering degree, there was not much leeway. Like, it was like, oh, you're sick, well, you can still do it, but you're sick and you can't do it. But they expect you to still do it. Otherwise, you know what, you should just drop out and then try again next year. Because what also happens is with subjects, it's not semesterly. You can't just drop a subject and say, oh, I'll do it next semester. What happens is you drop a subject and then you have to do it next year in the same semester that you're in right now. So it's yearly, and that makes it tough. So if you fail a subject, you wait another year. So it's another year to do that. And if you have other prerequisite topics with it, that year actually, goes on top of everything that you've done. Now, with everything that I've said, take it with a grain of salt, because it depends. Different people have different strengths. Different people have different ability to cope. Myself, I've taken a long time to try and get through my degree because a lot has happened in my life which has slowed my progress over the years, but I've found help. Around uni, you can usually find help like counselors and stuff like that who will help you out and find the ability to stretch some things or make your life easier when it comes to university work. So don't think you're alone when doing it, and always look out for yourself. So don't just burden yourself with work. Sometimes you can't hand things in on time, so you got to make sure you look out for yourself and take the time to recover, because mentally you have to recover, okay? Always make sure you recover. Look out for number one, because it will prolong your life and it will help you get through the degree easier and not have a mental breakdown. Anyway, well, thanks for watching. My name's Kieran. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe if you can, and that would make my day, also my week. But it'll also help me to know whether you want more of these type of videos or less. So, cheers.